So, some clips have been released from Superman and Fantastic Four, and not only do they reveal that the movie is gonna suck, but also it's brought out the worst kind of freaks that call themselves fans.
This is on the record, Superman.
Okay, well, not the part where I said that.
Yes, that part.
No, that part was an aside. That was off the record.
You have to say off the record beforehand, not after.
Why are you being like this?
Calm the fuck down.
But before we get into it, if you like these videos and you want to support the channel, maybe consider subscribing or supporting me on Patreon. So this is the first of many things that has come out in the last day, and to be honest, it's just proving more why Superman is going to be a flop. In every trailer, he's not acting like Superman. As I've said multiple times, the dude is acting like an autistic kid. He's not going out with Lois Lane, he's screaming at her about, I don't know, liberalism. And we have more footage from the scene right here that shows it once again. The dude can't control himself. I don't know who wrote the script for this movie, but it seems they've misunderstood Superman. I'm not even a fan of the character, but I know that he doesn't act like this.
People were going to die!
And yeah, Lois Lane is a reporter, but that doesn't mean she has to be a pain in the ass. From this scene, it's like she doesn't even like Clark Kent or Superman. But these so-called fans beg to differ, saying crap like this. Lois is gonna eat him alive. The dynamic is perfect. It seems that you're enjoying it a little bit too much. You love that Lois Lane is some snarky bitch who doesn't even like Clark Kent. You like the fact that Clark Kent is gonna get eaten alive by her. This is the highest form of cringe, and it doesn't stop here. This deluded guy here as well. Effing hell, the chemistry is just off the charts. Are we actually watching the same scene? Chemistry does not mean a spasticated Clark Kent yelling. This guy here is tweeting about how nobody can top Christopher Reeve, which I'd actually agree with. He's the best Superman on screen. But once again, one of these fans begs to differ. I feel we have a second coming on the way. An actor who's going to be definitive and generational. Now, I don't know what people like this are actually smoking. He's going to be definitive and generational. Look at the photo you just posted. He's not Superman. He's retard man. This isn't definitive or generational, it's just retarded. This hype around Superman is just unbelievably fake. It's just morons like this guy who are watching a complete different movie to us. These people see the trailers and the posters and they look at it and go, yeah, that's the best thing ever made. For some reason, I don't know why. They think that this goofy idiot is going to be definitive and generational. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel sucked and Henry Cavill wasn't the best in it or anything, but he actually is definitive and generational. Everybody knows who he is. Who the hell is David Corrin Sweat? A guy who has sweat in his name. You're going to be forgotten in like 6 months. Whose idea was it to put any of this in the movie? The yelling autistic Superman, the goofy jokes made by him every 3 seconds, and most importantly, the ridiculous haircut. Another counter argument is going to be, look at yourself, you don't look any better. Yeah, it's Superman. He's supposed to be stoic, strong. He has a defined look. He doesn't have a TikTok haircut, and he's not autistic Chris Pratt.
Oh. Oh. Stop. 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 Stop.
Every single week, new stuff about Superman is releasing, just revealing the cringe. That's all it is. And also the cope. People want a meaning of cope, the definition. This is it right here. People saying that it's going to be generational, definitive. You may want it to be, but that does not make it true. I'll predict it now. Superman might have big ticket sales and the reviewers will probably love it. But it's going to be a flop in terms of a Superman movie. Say what you want about Man of Steel, but Henry Cavill is iconic as Superman. And Christopher Reeve is just an entirely different ballpark. Christopher Reeve as Superman was generational because he didn't have some low taper fade, TikTok, noodle hair. He didn't make stupid jokes. He wasn't weak. He didn't get screamed at by Lois Lane. And he wasn't a libtard spastic. But now moving on to the Fantastic Four crap that has people losing their minds. First look at Giganto in the Fantastic Four. Giganto, I don't really care. I'm not a Fantastic Four guy. I do respect the Jack Kirby Stan Lee comics, and people think that's what this is, which it most certainly is not. He was on the cover of the first ever Fantastic Four issue. Yeah, we know. Just because they homage something here does not make it comic accurate, especially when Pedro Pascal is playing Reed Richards. Mr. Mexico. Is there any more to say? This isn't comic accurate, it's impossible. But the morons are coming out of the woodwork and saying that it is comic accurate. Like this guy. If they recreate the original cover in the movie, I'm gonna lose my mind. First of all, I always have to say to these fake Green Arrow fans, go and read Mike Grell and stop talking about Oliver Queen and how he's some socialist. Second of all, calm the hell down. Where were these people when Deadpool and Wolverine came out and they were homaging several comic panels and comic covers from John Byrne, Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane? Where were you? You might have given it a small bit of credit, but not the same amount you're going to give this piece of garbage. Seriously, these people really do need to calm down. You're losing your mind because there's some CGI green blob on your screen. This insufferable account here that's all about Sue Storm and Fantastic Four. I despise people like this. They are scum of the earth and I hate them. And they're saying, I am screaming. What are you screaming about? It's some Little Caesar pizza ad that has a green CGI blob on the screen. It's not that hard to type into Google, first ever Fantastic Four comic, and then copy it into the movie. Matt Shackman, whoever the hell he is, I said it last time, nobody knows who this guy is. Don't start saying his name as if he means something. He's not paying attention to the comics, it's not respect, because he puts something, as I said, that everybody knows. I swear to God, I'll put money on the bet. I can promise you right now that after Fantastic Four comes out and it has its day in the sun where all of the ticket numbers are going up and it's the most successful superhero movie, and look at this fake narrative, all of these accounts are going to disappear. These people aren't real fans. They're paid off. They're fake. I'll just say it. You're going to disappear as soon as the movie is forgotten about. And the real fans of Fantastic Four are still going to be around, calling out the fact that it's not one bit accurate. Biblically comic accurate Fantastic Four. Calm the hell down. It's not that big of a deal. I've said it before. These are the same people who use terms like peak and oh my gosh they cooked. They're TikTok kids who are jumping on a trend. You can see it in every single subculture. Comics, there's fake fans that come in and say that crap like this is comic accurate when they've never read a comic in their life. Anime and manga is the exact same. People who only watch the new trash and never go back and actually experience the history of the art form. And it's the same with movies, TV shows, and like heavy metal is a good example. You have these TikTok kids coming up and saying that they're the biggest metalheads and talking about how elite they are, when in reality they're listening to Slipknot and Metallica. And put into simple terms, if you didn't understand that, these people are posers. And as a comic book fan, you should be allowed to say that. You hate people that come in and hijack and twist something to make it their own. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby wouldn't want any part of this movie that is changing their sacred characters that they created. Matt Shackman, you beautiful man. Okay, what the hell are you talking about, you spastic? He is honoring the F4 comics in the best way possible. If you really cared about the comics, Mr. Fantastic would be white, Sue Storm would not be a feminist, and Johnny Storm wouldn't be gay. Love seeing Matt Shackman unapologetically embracing the lore and the history. Yeah, it's not so cool. What lore is he embracing? One character, one image. There's so much fake hype and fake fans nowadays that we really do need to bring back gatekeeping. As I say all the time, Fantastic Four and Superman, nobody really likes this trash. So if you made sense of anything I said and you agreed, then do let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're one of these people, just screw you. Screw these fake fans, screw Marvel, screw Matt Shackman, screw gay freak Pedro Pascal, and if you got a problem, screw you. Go complain to your boyfriend.